Hi, Mama. Welcome to Mama Mysteries. I'm so glad you're here. My name is Jennifer, and I am a tired mom too. I have a 6-month-old sweet loving baby, and between diapers and midnight feedings, I know how hard it can be to get a moment to breathe. This channel is my little escape, and hopefully, it can be yours too. So, if you're folding laundry, rocking a baby to sleep, or just hiding in the bathroom for 5 minutes of peace, this one's for you. Today's case is about a mother named Susan Powell who did everything right and then vanished without a trace. Let's begin. Susan Powell was 28 years old when she went missing from her home in West Valley City, Utah in December 2009. She was a mom of two sweet boys, Charlie and Braden, and they were just 2 and 4 years old. She worked hard. She made crafts. She loved her boys with her whole heart. And she was stuck in a marriage that felt wrong, dangerous, but she kept trying. She was married to Josh Powell, a man who, from the outside, looked like a typical dad, but inside their home, it was a different story. Susan's friends and coworkers began noticing that she was afraid of him. She kept a secret journal. She wrote a secret will that said, "I want it documented that there's an extreme turmoil in our marriage. If I die, it may not be an accident, even if it looks like one." She also told friends that if anything happened to her, to look at Josh. But through all the fear, Susan never stopped being a mom. She cooked, she cuddled, she planned their days down to the detail. In her journals, she wrote about how Charlie loved puzzles and how Braden liked to be rocked to sleep with lullabies. She clipped coupons to save money because Josh wouldn't let her touch their finances. She secretly packed a bag just in case she needed to leave with the boys. And she brought their birth certificates and important paperwork to work, just in case she had to run. Her marriage wasn't just strained, it was suffocating. Josh belittled her, controlled her. Her friends described it as walking on eggshells. In one heartbreaking note, she wrote, "I'm not allowed to go anywhere unless he says so. He says I'm lucky to have him, but I feel trapped." Still, she stayed, not because she was weak, but because she loved her boys, and she believed she could outlast the storm for their sake. That's what moms do though, right? We endure, we hope, we hold on, even when everything inside us is screaming to run. On the morning of December 7, 2009, Susan didn't show up to work. Her kids also didn't show up at daycare. No calls, no texts. Concerned coworkers called the police. Officers arrived at the house and found it locked, empty, cold. Hours later, Josh returned with their two boys, saying that he had taken them camping overnight. However, there was a blizzard during that night, in an area with no real campsite. He claimed that Susan had stayed home and was sleeping, but the police were suspicious. I mean, who takes toddlers camping in sub-zero temperatures on a Sunday night when they were scheduled to go to daycare just hours later? He later told cops that he mistakenly believed that it was Sunday instead of Monday. Inside the house, they found Susan's purse, wallet, and phone all untouched. In the basement, there was a wet spot on the floor and a fan blowing air across it. As the police dug deeper, they uncovered a lot more. Josh was an extremely controlling husband. He didn't even let Susan have her own money. He kept the kids from her family. And he had a history of disturbing behavior. And what's more disgusting is that his own father, Susan Powell, developed an obsessive infatuation with Susan that he was later caught with hidden videos and photos of Susan in the bathroom and changing clothes. Absolutely gross, right? Josh also refused to take a polygraph and he got a lawyer. He refused to help search for Susan. And eventually, he moved with the boys to Washington State, cutting Susan's family off completely. But even while Josh moved on like nothing had happened, Susan's loved ones never stopped searching. Her father, Chuck Cox, later said, "We begged for any sign, but every door Josh shut just told us more." There were whispers that Susan's body might have been dumped in an abandoned mine shaft or hidden deep in the Utah desert. Volunteers searched for months. Dogs were brought in, but it was like she had vanished into thin air. What made it harder was that Josh kept acting like he had nothing to explain. He told reporters, "People disappear all the time. It's sad, but I can't change it." He never once said her name with any love, never looked like he missed her, and yet he kept her boys all to himself. It was like he wanted to erase her. Years passed. Susan was never found. Josh remained the only person of interest. Then came the unthinkable. In 2012, Josh lost custody of Charlie and Braden because a judge had concern about his behavior. During a supervised visit with the boys, Josh let them into the house first and slammed the door on the social worker. Within seconds, the house exploded. Josh had planned it. He killed himself and both of his sons in a fiery murder-suicide. And what's more shocking is that in the aftermath, people found chilling drawings from the boys, of their mother in a trunk and of their father with a shovel in the desert. It's believed that the boys knew more than they could say. The boys once told their grandparents, "Mommy's in the mine. If we go to the mine, we'll find Mommy." Another time, Charlie said, "We went camping, but Mom stayed where the crystals are." These haunting statements were brushed off by Josh as childish imagination, but many now believe that they were boys' innocent attempts to tell the truth. Theories suggest that Josh killed Susan the night she vanished and hid her body somewhere remote. Another theory is that Josh's father, Susan Powell, was involved because he was not only obsessed with Susan, he also defended Josh publicly. But to this day, Susan Powell's body has never been found. What do you think happened to Susan that night? Do you believe Josh's story? It's a heartbreaking case, a mother who gave everything and deserved so much more. Two little boys who never got the chance to grow up. And Mama, if you're still here with me, thank you, truly. This isn't just a crime story. It's a story of a woman who tried with all her heart to protect her children, even as the world failed to protect her. Sometimes we carry so much that no one else can see. Susan carried it quietly for far too long. So if you have a friend who seems strong, check in anyway. And if you're that strong one, please don't wait until you feel broken to reach out. This story stays with you, not just because it's tragic, but because it's familiar. We're moms, and that makes this story hit closer to home. We know what it means to love fiercely, to worry silently, and to carry more than anyone realizes. And that's exactly why I started this channel. I'll be posting more stories like this, real cases told gently and honestly, just for you. So if you like this story, please hit subscribe button and join me next time for another Mama Mysteries. Now it's time for me to go hug my baby boy a little tighter. See you next time, Mama.